Lindsay here with the Mindful Living Movement, and today on Yoga Transitions we're going to just continue the how to get from the back of the mat to the top of the mat, but in a sort of single leg step forwards. So this is a transition that you're going to see a lot in a Vinyasa style practice, where we have our hands planted at the top of the mat and our feet are at the back of the mat. Whether we're in a downward dog type position, or we're in some sort of plank type position, or maybe we even already have one foot forwards and we want to get the other foot to the top of the mat. So starting from a pretty common place, our downward dog, your teacher will say something like, inhale your leg forwards. So what we want to do is we want to pull that leg underneath us and really try and pull it away from the earth as high as we possibly can. And then little by little, we're going to try and scooch that foot forwards, but it tends to want to get in the way sometimes. So plant it down wherever it would like to land, option one, and then push your back foot away. You're still going to land in that same lunge position. Yeah, you might be a little bit further back on your mat, but that's not a big deal. Or you can take a moment, wherever that front foot lands, just scooch it up a little farther forwards and then send that back leg back. It may not be the fastest transition. It might take you just like a little extra minute to get set up, but that is a-okay. So getting that front foot forward. So that's what we're going to work on here. You may even want to take a moment and just come right out of it, step forwards, and then get yourself set up in that sort of lunge type of a position. So a crescent lunge, a prep for a warrior. There's a lot of reasons why we might want this leg forwards. Maybe we end up landing in a low lunge. So it's a pretty common transition, that action of bringing that foot forward. So we're really going to try and hug it up as tight underneath as we possibly can. Give ourselves some space, really like hollowing the body to let that foot move forwards to the top of the mat. So we're just going to keep working on building that flexibility, pulling it up, scooching it forwards, and reaching it there. Remembering that if it gets halfway, gets part of the way, do what you gotta do, walk all the way to the top of the mat, plant that foot, send the other one away. That's one of my favorite things to suggest in class, is send that foot forwards as far as it's gonna go, and then push that back foot away. Nothing says you can only move one forwards and not the other one back to give yourself that space. So I hope that helps to give you an idea of moving from the back of the mat to the top of the mat. And don't be afraid to just come right out of the posture, stand up, step that foot forwards, and then resettle into it. It may not be the smoothest overall, but that doesn't matter. And what matters is you continuing with building out the strength, the flexibility. It only comes by just showing up and practicing it. It never happens just like right off the bat. Maybe it does, most of the time it doesn't. So just do what you need to do, make the practice your own, no matter what's happening on your neighbor's mat, no matter what's happening on your teacher's mat. Know that there are many, many ways to do the same thing. And if that sort of Vinyasa style practice where we're moving from the back of the mat to the front of the mat, the back of the mat to the front of the mat, quite repetitive and sometimes quite quickly, just know that you can slow it down. You can do what you need to do to find that next posture. If you have any questions, please drop it in the comments. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and we will see you again soon.